Hey everybody, Marco here with Exploration Gaming. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, food. I'm Italian and food and drink are essential to my well-being in real life. But listen, food buffs are also critical to your success in the Elder Scrolls Online. A lot of new players make the mistake of neglecting their food and potions while playing. And let me tell you, these things are important if you want to have a successful adventure. Now, today I'm going to cover the best recipes in ESO and answer these four questions. What's the name of the food? What are the buff stats? Where can I find this recipe? And what ingredients are necessary to make it? Of course, you don't have to make the food yourself. Some players don't like to cook, which is great for folks like me because I love cooking and selling food and drinks to the sweaty boys. Either way, you're going to want to be aware of these great consumables in our game. Now, side note, did you know there are more than 600 recipes in ESO? That seems silly to me because players only use about 1% of them, and rightly so, because hundreds of the recipes in ESO are simply garbage. If you're a crafter like me, you'll quickly learn loads of recipes and never glance at them again. But let's consider the good ones. Number one on my list is Bewitched Sugar Skulls. If I could only have a single food recipe, this would be it. I make them and I sell them, and I make them and I use them on all 9 of my characters. The stats are 4,600 increased health, 4,250 increased magicka and stamina, and 460 health recovery for 2 hours. Now, any class will benefit from this food, and it can be used at any level. ZOS has a tendency to tweak these buff numbers from time to time, so I won't be vocalizing exact numbers from here on out. The basic idea remains the same with every recipe, though. Bewitched Sugar Skulls is a gold recipe, considered a unique dish, and can be found in the delicacies category. This recipe can be bought on Guild Traders, or you can wait for the Witches' Festival around Halloween, where it will drop from Dremora Plunder Skulls and also be much cheaper to buy. The 5 ingredients are scrib jelly, flour, columbine, Bervez juice, and honey. A sidebar. A few words on provisioning. You're going to need to level up your skills. Recipe quality goes up to level 4, and recipe improvement goes up to level 6. Max them out. The chef passive and the brewer passive are extremely important because they're going to grant you 4 consumables for the price of making 1. Never cook without these. Now let's discuss something a little crazy in the game. There are several legendary recipes that require perfect roe as an ingredient. The 3 you hear the most are Clockwork Citrus Fillet, Sigic Ambrosia, and Orzaga's Smoked Bear Haunch. Now currently, Perfect Roe is selling on the NAPC Guild Traders for north of 100,000 gold. And friends, no 2-hour food buff, or in the Ambrosia's case, a half-hour buff, is worth 25,000 gold, which is what these foods would cost you to make. Now maybe ZOS will remove roe from the ingredients, or possibly make perfect roe easier to farm. Who knows? But don't waste your perfect roe cooking. Just sell it for a nice juicy profit. And just FYI, the citrus fillet and the bear haunch recipes are obtained through doing quests. Sigic ambrosia fragments, there are 4 of them, drop while doing provisioning writs or can be bought and sold on Guild Traders. Okay, on to some more recipes that you might actually make. Artaeum takeaway broth is a goodie. The recipe can be found while fishing in Artaeum, hence the name. It's located in waterlogged Sigic satchels. This food gives great health and stamina stats and recovery. It's also a decent item to sell to others. The ingredients are fish, melon, torchbug thorax, and powdered mother of pearl. Next up, a pack leader's bone broth, another recipe that can be found during the Witches' Festival. and has a special boost to werewolf players, helping their transformations take less time. It also has decent stamina and health boosts. The ingredients are dragon bone, red meat, bone, and frost miriam. Okay, a few more favorites. Longfin pasty with melon sauce and withered tree inn venison pot roast. Now these two recipes, as of this video, have the exact same buff stats, but slightly different ingredients. The longfin pasty requires fish, melon, greens, and frost miriam. The venison pot roast needs game, apples, carrots, and frost miriam. Now both recipes offer some good tri-stat buffs and are gourmet dishes. The recipes are random drops that can be found in all sorts of containers, but backpacks seem to carry loads of recipes. These can also be purchased on Guild Traders. Let's take another side note and look at the logic or lore of recipes according to Zoss. There are standard green recipes, blue difficult recipes, purple complex recipes, and delicacies, which are gold. There are 7 legendary recipes in the game. Now meat dishes increase health. Fruit dishes increase magicka. Vegetable dishes increase stamina. Savories, or meat and fruit recipes, increase health and magicka. Ragouts, or meat and veggie dishes, increase health and stamina. Entremet dishes, or fruit and veggie dishes, increase magicka and stamina. The gourmet recipes are tri-stat and use meat, fruit, veggie, and a 4th special ingredient. The delicacy recipes have a unique combination of buffs, so there is a kind of method to their madness, although I'd say Zoss's cookbook needs some editing. A few more favorite recipes. Artaeum pickled fish bowl, another recipe that is account bound and must be farmed through fishing in Artaeum. It might be in waterlogged Psijic satchels, if you're lucky. This food increases magic and health, but also increases your chance to land rare fish in every zone. So this is a must-have if you're going for that fishing achievement. This food increases the amount of rare fish drops by around 30%. The ingredients are fish, rice, clam gall, and honey. Now, sweet sanguine apples is a good dish for new players. It's a green or beginner's recipe which only requires 2 ingredients, apples and honey, and it gives a very nice magic buff when eaten. I recently started making Colovian war torts. This is an exclusively PvP recipe, which is a rare spawn that happens near crafting nodes in Cyrodiil. It appears as a curious, glowing green book. Now, the war torts offer some great Alliance experience buffs, but only last for 30 minutes. They also require a Cyrodiil citrus, which can be easily acquired through doing Cyrodiil town daily quests. A couple old favorites for the stamina character crowd are Lavafoot Soup and Saltrice, which gives stamina and stam recovery. And this is a new life festival drop, but can be found on the traders. It requires saltrice, flour, potato, and scrib jelly. I prefer to make braised rabbit with spring vegetables. This recipe offers both health and stamina. It can be found in containers, and the ingredients are simple. It's greens, seasoning, and small game. Very easy to get a hold of. Dubious Camoran Throne is another recipe you hear about often. It drops as a reward during the Jester's Festival. This recipe offers health, stamina, and stamina recovery. The ingredients are white meat, beetle scuttle, insect parts, and guts. Yummy. A final side note, the Elder Scrolls has an actual cookbook with recipes that you can make in real life in your own kitchen. Now, as I said at the start of this video, I like to cook, but I don't think I'll be making any ghastly eyeballs, and I'm fresh out of beetle scuttle. But the cookbook does look kind of fun. Now, if you like this vibe, please subscribe. I need you guys to keep this happy, upbeat content going. Let me know which recipes you like to make in ESO. Did I miss any of the important ones? As always, I'm Marco, the Bob Ross of ESO. Have fun in the game, be kind to one another, and always, always keep exploring.